Morgen. Ich heiße Dave Kleis. Ich bin der Bürgermeister von St. Cloud. Heute ist meine große Ehre, unsere neuen Freunde von Geringhoff aus Deutschland willkommen zu heißen. Danke, dass ihr St. Cloud als euren neuen Stadtdorf ausgewählt habt. St. Cloud ist eine wunderbare Stadt. Und ich bin mir sicher, dass ihr sehr bald zustimmen werdet. Good morning. This is truly an exciting day for St. Cloud. We're excited today to be in the former Donlin building today. We stand here at the former Donlin to mark a new day in this building, a day that promises innovation, promise, and collaboration. That innovation is in the form of a company that is all about innovation, Geringhoff. The innovation of a company that has a rich history coming to St. Cloud. You know, in that rich history, and we've had an opportunity to have a number of conversations, this community has a rich history, in particularly German heritage. 155 years ago, there was the founder of St. Cloud, John Wilson, who was the second Bürgermeister, mayor of St. Cloud, bought all of downtown St. Cloud for $100 and gave it to German merchants who were willing to come and build this community. That was a little before 1880 when Geringhoff started its firm. But we have a tradition in this area. The promise is the promise of new jobs. New jobs in this community, and it's fitting we're in a building that in October of last year, after 88 years in business, the Donlin Company ceased to operate. That same month, conversations were starting with what we're announcing here today. Collaboration. The collaboration that we've had, and this is something that it's just a year and a half ago, actually, and we took some heat when we did this. We created a new way of economic development in this area. We created an EDA. We had a task force that led to another task force that eventually created the Greater St. Cloud Economic Development Corporation. And that collaboration between this community and the business community and the St. Cloud State University and the Technical Community College this is what is a result of that collaboration that we have here today. And to that point, I want to introduce Dave Greenes, Herr Grünes, the German pronunciation. Dave Greenes, during all of this, and actually quite even beyond that, Dave Greenes has been a leader in this community and in this state for a long time. Dave Greenes, I'm going to make him feel old because I looked up to Dave Greenes when he was a legislator. He was a young legislator at that time. You were like 12. He was the Commerce Commissioner. He's been a leader in business in this area for a long time. I asked Dave to he served on that task force, the mayor's task force that actually led to the creation of another task force that Len Woolman chaired, and it led to the Greater St. Cloud Economic Development Corporation. He is currently the chair of economic development for the corporation and the EDA chair for the city of St. Cloud, and just somebody who stands behind almost every economic activity in this community. He's very humble, but he means so much to this community and has done so much for this community. Dave Greenes.
Thank you very much, Mayor Kleiss. Welcome, Governor Dayton, distinguished guests, government officials, business leaders, community members, and members of the media. As a community, we are very excited to welcome this new business to the greater St. Cloud area. This is the first of what I hope will be many announcements by the Greater St. Cloud Development Corporation of business expansion and new opportunities for our community. Selecting a location for a new facility, especially a new facility that involves many new jobs and requires a supply chain network, isn't a small task. Part of our job at the Development Corporation is not only to showcase the greater St. Cloud area, but to help new prospects make it easy for them to do new business in our area. We are proud to offer this new company close proximity to suppliers, a strong workforce, a thriving agricultural network, and a collaborative business community. The key component in helping attract Geringhoff involved collaboration and teamwork. And I would probably like to recognize our partners that helped to make this happen. First, Governor Dayton and his Department of Economic Development. Thank you. Dr. Earl Potter and St. Cloud State University. Dr. Joyce Helens, a wonderful supportive ally at the St. Cloud Technical Community College, the Workforce Center, public officials, our economic developers, Casey O'Malley with I&H Properties, who represented this company, and John Kramer, the CEO of the Greater St. Cloud Development Corporation. When it came to choosing the facility, our region was able to provide multiple sites for the company to consider, which truly speaks to the resources of the greater St. Cloud area. By working as a team, we provided this company with detailed information about local suppliers specific to their manufacturing needs. The St. Cloud area was an appealing choice because of its electroplating, powder coating, fabricating metal production, and other specialties that are readily available in our area. And most importantly, we have an available labor pool that is dedicated, hardworking, and up to this task. So on this momentous day, I say thank you to our special guests. We are humbled that you have, and grateful that you have chosen St. Cloud, and we will continue to stand with you and to assist you and provide support in this new venture. Thank you to all for joining us today, and I'd like to turn the microphone back to Mayor Kleiss.
Well, thank you, Dave. I want to, and again, there's so many people in this room to thank, and Dave is correct. It's such a collaborative effort, and it's hard to tell, actually, to identify everybody because there's so many people in this room. I don't know if we're violating any fire code or not, but I suppose if we infect that whole room over there, you take the square footage, we're all right. But there's a lot of folks in here, and I want to make sure that I also, in part of that effort, I want to recognize also a collaborative effort to our EDA director, Kathy Mihalich, who has put a lot of hours and a lot of time into this, and she's been on the job. When we originally were going to potentially have this announcement in her one-year anniversary, it went a little longer. But been for a year, Kathy Mihalich, and between Kathy and John Kramer, what a tag team that they do. I really appreciate the efforts that they've had. I know we've got a lot of folks in the audience too. I just want to, I know a number of our Stadträte from St. Cloud, our city council folks here, Jeff Gerger, George Hantos, Sonia Berg, Dave Masters, I know Jeff Johnson and Nancy Goldman are here today also with us, so I want to recognize them. We got other partners and county commissioners and such, so again, it was truly a regional cooperative effort and partnership. I have now the pleasure, and I was supposed to kind of give some remarks as to why Geringhoff selected St. Cloud, but I'm going to leave that to you because you can tell this community why you selected St. Cloud. We know why everyone would want to come here, but we'll leave that to you. So I'm going to introduce, first of all, I believe we're going to see a video so folks can look over here. And then I'm going to have, and we'll have the folks from Geringhoff come up, but if we want to see this video first, and then we'll start the introduction. Great. I want to get the soundtrack to that movie. That was, and it's going to be in my head all day. My honor now and pleasure to introduce the folks of why we're here today. Geringhoff. I want to introduce Joseph Jandrich, who has been here a number of times. Has been traveling quite a bit actually, and really key to this whole connection here and why we're here today. Joe is the leader and president of the newly formed entity of Geringhoff Manufacturing and Distribution in North America, and he's also the owner of a number of additional business ventures, but probably most important is the Amesco Incorporated, based in Minot, North Dakota. Amesco offers a variety of services to several manufacturers in the agricultural equipment industry. And Amesco has also acted as the importer and distributor for Geringhoff since 2004. Joe has been involved in a number of associations and board activities, manufacturing associations and distribution associations throughout the United States, and also very active in economic development in Minot area and where he's at. He's also very active in his community in a number of ways. He is also, I've learned from his bio, that he's a training to be a pilot. So if once he gets that and he can develop an airline, he can come right out here about 9 miles from here, and we can do flights on a regular basis here. So we look forward to that. Joseph Jandrich.
Well, thanks for your kind words, and thank you to everybody for the great enthusiastic support of our venture. I'm Joe Jandrich, president of Geringhoff in North America. It's a special day today. Before I say a few words about our company, I just want to say a few words about the men and women of North America who defend our rights and freedoms, our rights to create great companies and great things and a great place to live. So thank you to everybody. I've been a leader of a team of people that have introduced the Geringhoff brand to North America. Really, it was introduced in the early 80s, but we began to distribute it in 2004. And our goal when we started to distribute the product was to create a brand image of a Mercedes crossed with a Harley Davidson. As you can see from the video that our marketing people and branding people have put together, we're taking a lot of steps closer. But our reputation is being developed by the farmers in the field, primarily the corn growers of North America, and we've made great strides. In addition to being the leader of the distribution network, I'm also part of a team called the GAP 13 team. You can see our GAP 13 team, which stands for Geringhoff America Production, are a group of very talented individuals based in Germany and based in the US. Some outstanding engineers, systems analysts, product development people, marketing, sales. These are the people who have created Geringhoff in North America to this stage. Without the work of and commitment of Daniel Hansmeier, who's the CEO from Aalen, Germany, none of this is possible. We sat together 2 years ago and dreamt about what we could create in North America. We've had tremendous growth, but we know that to achieve our full stature, we need to manufacture products right here. So with that, I have created a video, or we've created a video that was just played to introduce you to our product. And at this point, I'll introduce you to Daniel Hansmeier to share some more information.
Thank you, Joe. Wow, this is exciting. Although Mayor Klaes already has pointed out, we turned 132 years this summer. It's the first time that we announced to build a factory outside of Germany, so it's a big day for us, and so please be lenient with me and my English. I try my best. I've prepared a little presentation. The only topic I just want to talk about is Geringhoff. Who are we, what it's all about, and what are the values that we live in, because I think most of you haven't really heard of us maybe before today, and I think it's important for you just to get a feel for us, a touch. With that in mind, as I pointed out, we were founded in 1880, so that's a long history. So how can I describe you in maybe 5 minutes or some sentences the history of 130 years? I really thought about it, and actually I can't, and I won't try. Therefore, 2 years ago, when we had our 130th anniversary, we've created a movie. The purpose of this movie was to build a bridge between the ideas and values of our founder back in 1880 and everything that he has established and developed to bring us to that level that we are on today. and to build that bridge to today's management approach of how we do business still with the same values like he has more or less taught us, and how we approach the market and what are our products today. And I think I would just show that movie to you to give you a little bit of insight into Geringhoff, what we're doing and why we're doing that. So, Joe, if you could just play that movie.
In the 19th century, farming was hard work. Harvesting was done with bare hands. But around this time, many machines were invented, which showed the way to the future. Carl Benz invented the first car, and Vanhoff and Siemens the first electric train. Geringhoff used these technical advances and applied them to agriculture. In 1880, Carl Geringhoff founded his company in Aalen and specialized in harvesting technology. First for steam-powered tractors and threshing machines. Geringhoff's goal: to make harvesting easier and more productive, and so improve the living and working conditions of farmers. In addition to threshing machines, Geringhoff later introduced grain and corn drying equipment. We move now to the year 1955. Klaus Mühlmann was already in the company at that time.
This is the old factory where I started to work in 1955. At that time, the company was led by the second generation, the daughter of the founder. She was an outstanding personality, a real entrepreneur. These were exciting times, and we were energized to make things happen.
Geringhoff recognizes the needs of its customers for corn harvesting equipment and specializes in the development of corn headers. 1956. First, a single-row harvesting header, which was pulled by a tractor, or mounted together with a sheller on a utility truck. This way, working together with Daimler-Benz, Geringhoff created the first European self-propelled combine harvester for corn. Afterwards, Geringhoff builds corn headers with 2, 4, and more rows, which attach directly to the combines. In 1983, a breakthrough. Geringhoff introduces the world's first folding header, which remained mounted to the combine for street transportation. In 1988, Geringhoff starts designing and manufacturing grain mills and grain tables. 1 year later, in 1989, Geringhoff presented the first folding grain table. And then, in 1995, Geringhoff developed the Rotodisc, the patented 3-roller technology with integrated stubble cutter. A further innovation in 2007, Geringhoff enters the sunflower harvesting market and sets new standards with the production of big headers. Geringhoff presents the world's first and only 24-row corn header. Klaus Mühlmann continues to work closely with the owners of Geringhoff, meanwhile in the 5th generation, and with the sales team. Great innovations are the sum of many small details. And that is why the technical details play such a large part in our development. The Geringhoff headers were always a step ahead, and their engineers continue to build upon the solid experience of their predecessors, further driving innovation in harvesting technology. Geringhoff places the highest demands on quality, workmanship, and performance of its machines. Every machine is specially tailored to the specific needs of our customers. Before our machines are shipped, they undergo a strict quality check. The Geringhoff products today. Always in the lead, the Geringhoff corn headers. Harvesting systems to match every harvesting requirement. PCA, the single roller harvest system, especially robust and reliable. The Maystar, the harvesting system with specially coated double cutting rollers. The Maystar Horizon with an integrated horizontal stubble cutter. And our patented Rota disc system, the one-of-a-kind triple shaft rotary disc cutting system with integrated stubble cutter. Also available as a Horizon Star with an active horizontal stubble cutter. The high-tech grain tables from Geringhoff. An additional successful Geringhoff product line, the high-tech Geringhoff grain tables, which can meet the challenge of any grain field. The Harvest Star with automatic folding technology for a field change in less than 2 minutes. Vario Star with infinitely variable hydraulic table adjustments to optimally adapt the table length to the conditions. And our unique and one-of-a-kind Harvest Star Vario, our folding grain table with infinitely variable hydraulic table adjustments. Simply the perfect combination. And finally, the Sunflower header from Geringhoff. Uncompromising, minimal harvest loss, and maximum performance. Geringhoff worldwide. Our customer service, naturally available around the clock, 24 hours a day. Visionary, and yet with both feet on the ground. Geringhoff today, represented in more than 42 countries. Listen to what our customers say.
Durability, fantastic. What it does in the field is unbelievable. Awesome is the only word to describe our Rotodisc corn head. It will never leave our farm as long as we continue to raise corn.
Wenn wir ernten, ernten wir ausschließlich mit Geringhoff Erntetechnik. Ist doch klar.
Thank you. So, if you would now ask me to describe Geringhoff and what is Geringhoff all about, then I would just say there are two ingredients. The one is we are in the one way, in the best kind of way, old-fashioned. That means even if it's maybe in today's times kind of outdated, but our values and our ingredients for our DNA, for our way of doing business is still the old-fashioned way. That means trust, building and establishing long-lasting partnerships, quality, and foremost technological leadership. And even if it's maybe today not fancy or sexy anymore, we feel pretty good about it, and we are happy and proud that these are really our core competencies and everything we think about every day. The other aspect is that within our organization, and especially with our people, that we luckily have so many good people who are really anxious and curious to try new things out, because that's what we need to be innovative, and we encourage them to be so. And I think if you combine these two elements, then you get a really good culture and a good spirit within your company, and I think that's maybe the aspect why we are so successful, and why we hopefully will be successful in the next years as well, especially with that new manufacturing here in the US. What we haven't really answered is, we just turned 132 years. Why do we come now to the States and build here a manufacturing plant? The answer is pretty easy. Sure, there are a lot of reasons. I just want to point out two. The one is that Mr. Joe Jandrich and his incredible sales crew, they were too successful. That means, I think, when did we start our partnership? I think 2004, right? I think since then the sales volume has just multiplied by 10 or 12. So there was just no chance not discussing about building the machines over here, if you think about logistic costs and the currency risk and everything. So it's mainly his fault. And the other aspect, again, closely connected to Joe, and he has already pointed out, we have talked for years about that project. And well, actually, we talk at least twice a year, and we're just talking about marketing strategies and future strategies, and I'm really happy that nobody records that, because there's sometimes just crazy things. But sometimes we do have good ideas, and the one was really coming to the US and building a manufacturing plant here over here. And back in Germany, we have a great team of engineers. I think I would assume it's one of the best in the industry. And we were not lazy in the last years. That means the other aspect why we wanted to build here a manufacturing plant is that we have a variety of new products coming to the market, especially for the North American market. As always, for sure, I cannot give you any details. The only thing I can tell you is we are really excited about it, and we're testing the prototypes and the pre-series all over the world in the moment, and yeah, we're anxious and we cannot wait to introduce it to the American market, and that's why we're here, because we see a huge potential for future growth, especially in the North American market. And talking about the inner core of Geringhoff, I think there's just one aspect that I do want to point out, and that is the people at Geringhoff, because I think there is something special. Not just the people of today, but If you look at the last 4 generations of workers who have really put so much effort and dedication to the work and brought Geringhoff to the level where it is today, then we really appreciate that. And we know where we're coming from, and all our workers today, they just build on all the experience and know-how they have built up. And even the workers of today, maybe we have some of them here because we had just the GAP 13 meeting yesterday here in St. Cloud. So it was just Klaus Pentek, he's responsible for our lean management project in Germany. Klaus, how long have you been with us? Over 28 years. 28 years. Just to put that in respect, I just turned 31, so what can I say? And the crazy thing is, and honestly I didn't make that up, Klaus' son, Dennis, he just joined our organization 1 year ago as a marketing assistant, so probably the slides you see over there, he has prepared them. And that is something that you see very, very often in Germany at Geringhoff. You have more generations of one family working at Geringhoff because the father gives the identification and the passion for the company because it's a big part of his life. He just gives further to his son, and that's why we create a great spirit and such a great culture with Geringhoff, and that's what we plan to do over here as well. Having talked about the people, that brings me to the last question. Why are we here? Why did we choose St. Cloud? Well, actually, it's the same answer, because of the people. We had so many alternatives, and I always have a bad conscience if I talk about it, because lucky me, unlucky him, Joe had to do all the work here and was traveling, I don't know, for weeks, and had to look 60-plus facilities, I think. And he came up with the shortlist, and we came over and just had a look at it, and we came in, at the end of January, we came to St. Cloud, and we were really, really impressed by the people, how much effort they put in it, how helpful they were, and we were even more impressed the weeks and months afterwards because they really, really, they really reached out to their promises. They even were more helpful and more supportive after that when we were back in Germany. So from that point on, we knew, we know where we're going to go. And that's why I just want to say thank you. Of course, I cannot name all of them, but of course, Mr. Governor and the staff who has been very supportive, Mayor Kleist, and especially Kathy. It's a pure joy to have worked together with you, and just thank you, because I mean, you just made the difference. You're the cause why we're here. And thank you. Having said that, we were not lazy in that GAP 13 meeting. That means our manufacturing experts already have planned a whole layout, nevertheless, they haven't been here, but they have a virtual build on the computer, and there's not 1 square feet that we haven't planned the material for and everything. No, maybe you know it, the Germans are not famous for being patient. So although they're just standing here in all their suits, they're just waiting for the press conference to be ended, and they can go downstairs and just get it going. But that's the general feeling for us. We are so happy to be here. We are so happy to find that location and that community. And in the end, it just comes down to that. We are so proud of our company and our people in our company. But at the same time, we're very, very happy to be here, and we just cannot wait to become an integrational part of that great community. So having said that, thank you for having us. Thank you for joining us on that day. And I think we're going to have some fun in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, and Daniel and Joe, welcome to our family. You do have the video that you saw I recognize a lot of folks in that video, so a lot of the stars are in the room here today, so they'll be around for autographs. Actually, wonderful video. I have the honor now to introduce, and again, this has been a very collaborative effort, again, with a number of folks from the community and from the state. And it's my honor to introduce Deed, who was a big part of this process. Governor, your Deed Commissioner and your staff did a tremendous job on this, and we really appreciate that partnership. So I want to introduce Commissioner Mark Phillips, the Commissioner of Deed.
Thank you very much. I'm going to be very brief, and because I know you all came to hear the governor talk, probably not me. But the history of agriculture in Minnesota, I just want to put in perspective how important it is, and it's one of the reasons why our economy has weathered this recession a lot better than other states, is large in part because of the agricultural commodity and the fact that we export a lot in Minnesota. And agricultural exports are a big part of that story. And I believe we're about 5th in the nation in agricultural exports. But the other thing that a lot of people don't know about is how our history of manufacturing agricultural equipment. And, somebody said on our license plates it could be the land of 10,000 lengths. We could be the land of 100 tractors. We had over 100 tractor manufacturers begin in Minnesota. A lot of them have moved on to other locations and things, but the governor and I were in Jackson a little over a year ago celebrating the fact that they're bringing tractor manufacturing back to Minnesota down in Jackson. They're going to manufacture the Massey Ferguson and Challenger tractors, and they brought that project from France, and we were in competition with many other states, particularly Georgia, so we were very proud. So when we heard about the Geringhoff possibilities coming to St. Cloud, I knew that we had the right story, because it's proved over and over that Minnesota is a great place to manufacture and a great place to have an agricultural-based business. I'd be remiss not to mention some of the companies that we have here in Minnesota, with Cargill, and then some of the largest food manufacturers in the world are here, with CHS and Super Value, and so it's just I think this is part of a long story, and I hope it's not the end of the story. And I want to welcome Geringhoff here to Minnesota, and with that, I'd turn it over to the governor for his remarks.
I said that at every one of my events today, I'd ask if we could just observe a moment of silence as honor of those who lost their lives on 9/11 11 years ago. So, Mayor Kleiss, you really stood me on my head with that German there. I'm half German. My mother's German. My middle name is, her maiden name, anglicized Brandt, or Brandt, B-R-A-N-D-T, Brandt. In fact, when President Kennedy gave his Ich bin ein Berliner speech, the mayor of West Berlin was Willy Brandt, so I claim some connection there. And I took German in high school, and if I'd known I was had a chance to use it, I would have paid more attention. Unfortunately, but I was very impressed, Mayor. It was really excellent. Your English is so much better than mine, Mr. Hansmeier, than my German. Some people say it's better than my English too, but anyway, this is just a sensational day for St. Cloud and for the state of Minnesota, and we can't thank you enough for making the selection that you did. We know there are good reasons, but we also know you had other opportunities, and so to the Mayor Kleiss, to the City of St. Cloud, to the Greater St. Cloud Development Corporation, Mr. Prunis, and to all of you who already been mentioned. Those of you who haven't worked so very, very hard. This is just a great day, and we promise that we're partners with you, the city and the state, that we will do whatever we can to assist, support your success here, and hopefully your future growth here. I want to also acknowledge the legislature who's here. I see Representative Gottwald is here. I don't know if others are here, but Representative Gottwald is here. I can't see back. Oh, Senator Peterson. All right. Anyway, you know, the incentives we were able to provide, the Jobs Z tax credits, were commenced under my predecessor, Governor Pawlenty, and the Minnesota Investment Fund was funded on an ongoing basis by the legislature. So we couldn't offer the incentives that we do without their support and cooperation. We thank them for that, and they certainly deserve the full share of the credit for what the state could offer. But again, the people of St. Cloud, those of you who will be working here and those of you who will be supporting the operation here, and thank you. I understand that you're really emphasizing Minnesota suppliers and manufacturers and some of your component parts. That's just really fantastic. It means the multiplier effect all over the state of Minnesota from your operation here will be even greater, and that makes you just a terrific Minnesota company, and we're so proud to have you here. We're so grateful, and as I say, to all of you who made it possible, congratulations.
I think we're going to see another video. Oh, we're not. All right. Well, then it's the closing. Again, we want to, first of all, thank everyone for being here today, and we're really so proud to have Geringhoff in our community. What a day this is to have your first manufacturing in the United States be right here in St. Cloud, Minnesota. We're very proud of that. We welcome you again. Viel Glück und viel Glück unsere see now, my German is not very good. Zusammenarbeit. Thank you, and with that, we'll take some questions.
We do actually have one more video to play, and we didn't thank the farmers in North America for voting to buy our product. They have a lot of challenges with changing crop conditions. They're challenged to double their yield to feed the growing world. And our engineers have been working on a project. Code word was VC when it started. VC1 was our first version. VC10 is where we are now. It's kind of a super silver bullet for the nation's farmers. We've created a short video, and it's to help them challenge the crops of the future. We recently unveiled it to great fanfare, and it's really a prototype at this stage. We've showed it to a few of the farmers across the nation, and they've said, please, please bring us this project. So our secret weapon is called the Independence. And the Independence allows farmers to harvest the crops of the future. And we have a short video of the Independence.
And again, thank you for being here, and the folks will be available here for questions for a little bit after. So again, thanks. There's, I know there's probably some cookies and some water in the back there if Council President Lippert hasn't eaten them already. I know he's in the back, but there's some snacks about there. Sorry about that, John. Oh, well, okay, we'll come on up. We'll take questions then. Folks want to come up here? That would be great. We'll take them from right here.
Sure. The question was, how many jobs do we anticipate creating off the top and when? Our commitment to this point is that we're starting with 100 jobs. We've committed to the state of Minnesota and the community that we need to hire 100 people quickly to build out our factory. We've always pressed exactly how many jobs are we going to create and when. We're a privately held company, not publicly traded. We're very conservative, and we don't really want to tip our hat to all of our competitors and peers. But we're starting with 100. We've started the interview process already, and we anticipate hiring those first 100 as soon as possible.
Joe, can you talk a little bit about the sort of the ramp up, what the plan is here over the next 6 weeks to a year?
Right. The question was, what is our ramp-up plan 6 weeks to a year? We have a very detailed plan of exactly when we're moving machines in, when our paint booth is installed, etc. Our short-term goals are to build our 5 prototypes, and those need to be ready by April, May of 2013. Not prototypes in the sense that it's the first time the company's ever created those, but it'll be the first time this factory has. We want to take those down to Mexico, where harvest starts really early so we can get some acres under them. The next stage is a pilot run of 30 machines to test our production systems or material flows. Those need to be ready for harvest of 2013. And immediately after completing the pilot run of 30, we go into full production. Right. Right now we're accepting applications. If you go to Geringhoff.com, you'll click on a link to apply for a position, be it in manufacturing, welding, assembly, management, engineering, information technology, systems analysts, a whole gamut of positions. Also for potential suppliers, we're looking at nearby suppliers, certainly U.S.-based suppliers. You can provide us the information online. We've conducted interviews last night, last week, and more this week. We anticipated having a hiring fair as soon as we hire our directors of human resources and some of our major line leaders. We'll conduct a hiring fair to fill those positions. Yes.
Just a comment. I farm about 4 miles east of here, and I bought my first Geringhoff cornhead in 2006. I bought my second one about a month ago and picked delivery on Friday. So it's a good ride.
There were some comments from a gentleman in the front who was courageous enough to buy our Geringhoff products before we had a facility here, so thank you very much.
That's why you got the good seat.
Are these union jobs? Union shops?
This is not a union shop.
Any other questions?
The equipment, the prototypes and the equipment that will be manufactured here, is it corn header specific or beyond that?
That's a great question. Geringhoff is primarily known for harvesting corn. In Europe, they harvest a lot of different crops. We have to walk before we run. We're going to focus on corn harvesting equipment in some of our more popular sizes and models. Once we've proven to ourselves we have the ability to duplicate the quality or even improve upon the quality from Europe, we're going to take a look at other opportunities.
Any other questions?
Does that mean you're manufacturing the head? I saw John Deere, I saw New Holland, I saw other equipment on it. Are you manufacturing just the heads for harvest?
That's correct. Geringhoff focuses on harvesting equipment. If you go to the Geringhoff site, you see thousands of pages and brochures on headers. If you go to the other people's websites, they build the combines or build the tractors. They focus on those awesome machines, and we focused on the harvest headers.
Any other questions? Well, again, thank you all for being out here. Exciting day for St. Cloud, and again, congratulations. For the media folks here, there's a meeting room available in the back for individual interviews if you want. So.
Excuse me, I just want to catch this.